Hello, everyone, and welcome to an episode of the Jonah Keen Show on Radio Depaul. Welcome one and welcome all. For those who are tuning in for the very first time, you may be curious as to what the Jonah Keen Show is all about. Well, I'll tell you. Ever since I was a teenager, I've had an absolute passion for giving advice. Some kids did sports, some kids did theater, some kids did math club, but I did advice. In fact, I've been a certified advice giver for almost 10 years now. Good job, me. On the Jonah Keen Show, I'll be interviewing folks who have a wide range of expertise and advice to share. Also on the show, there will be some opportunities to call into the station and ask for your own personalized advice. Maybe you need some relationship advice. What about pet advice? Maybe you need some financial advice. Maybe you just need some good old-fashioned self-help advice. We take all kinds of requests for advice. My name is Jonah, Mr. Advice Keen, and welcome to the Jonah Keen Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Jonah Keen Show. Let's talk advice. I'm just going to be honest with you, everyone. It's been a hard couple of months. Last time the show was on the air, it was back in November before the big break, and a lot happened between then and now, and I think I'm going to use this episode just to get into that, and maybe we'll take some callers at the end, who knows, but it's just been a really hard time. So I guess everyone's probably asking then, what did Jonah do over Christmas / Thanksgiving / Kwanzaa / Hanukkah / World AIDS Day / New Year's break? Well, I will tell you. My plan for the holiday was to kind of lay low in my Depaul dorm, as everyone knows. I live in the Depaul dorms, and I was going to stay in there and finally complete my book, Advice, which I've spent 6 years writing. It's 11 pages long, and it's just this book chock full of advice. And I was really hyping it up the past couple episodes, but unfortunately, things kind of got out of hand, and I will share that with you now. The first thing that happened, the IRS began auditing my 2021 and 2022 finances. At the time, I wasn't exactly sure why they would do this but I soon found out. And then I was just chilling in my dorm on Thanksgiving Day of all days. And I was unfortunately forcefully removed from my Depaul dorm room by Depaul security. And I had no idea why. Two just big, bald white men with black t-shirts and jeans, they busted in my room. They didn't even knock. They just broke I don't know if they didn't break the door down, but they opened it very loudly and quickly, grabbed me by my arms, and kind of like the movies, and they kind of threw me off the campus. And I didn't get to grab a jacket. I didn't get to grab anything of my belongings. I was thrown out of my dorm. It was horrible. Especially on Thanksgiving Day, which is supposed to be a day about celebrating with loved ones. It was pretty much ruined by these security guards who threw me out of my own dorm on Thanksgiving Day. What did I do to deserve this, you may be asking yourself? Well, I eventually discovered that I had to leave Depaul due to my FAFSA being full of information, which wasn't exactly the full, honest truth. Is it FAFSA? FAFSA? FAFSA. Okay, FAFSA. But in my defense I'll be honest, I did kind of forge some things on my FAFSA. I did forge some things, and I bluffed some finances I had on there. But if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have been able to get into Depaul, and I would not have been able to get my voice out to the Radio Depaul community and the entire world, because, of course, this radio station can be accessed all across the globe, even in North Korea if you want. And to me, that is more important than being honest and truthful about my 2021 and 2022 documents. I think getting my voice out there and spreading the good word of advice is exactly what the world needs. And my finances shouldn't be tying me down. Anyways, back to the day. I was thrown off the DePaul campus. It was terrible. I was scared. I was alone. It was very cold that day. If you guys remember, Thanksgiving Day, very cold up here in Chicago, and I had no place to go. Now, I didn't know who even to call. I mean, everyone was either home for break, all my college friends, and everyone else I've had some arguments with. Could I visit maybe Michael Hamilton? Maybe? Could I call him? Well, no. If you advice heads can remember, Michael Hamilton and I kind of had a falling out over my book and who I chose to publish it. If you guys remember, I actually chose Damian J. Trout, CEO, founder, and owner of Small Samuels Publishing. I chose them to publish my book, but unfortunately, at about a couple days before that, I ended up sending my deposit, the $999, so he could publish my book. He ended up disappearing off the face of the earth after I deposited the money to him. I even tried getting through to Shawn J. Trout, his son, who's been on the show a few times before, but they both left me unopened. They completely disappeared. I have no idea what happened. And they even took the rights to my book, Advice. So I can no longer publish my book, and they stole all my money. I have nothing right now. So really, I was left alone with nothing and no one. I had no money, no place to go, and no belongings to my name. I begged for money on the streets. I ended up sneaking onto the red line and going down off the lake stop, Grandin Lake or Staten Lake, I think. And I sat on the street and I begged for money. I was charging 50 cents for one piece of self-help, financial, pet, or relationship advice. And in my opinion, that's one hell of a deal that really should be taken advantage of. But a lot of people didn't see it like that. A lot of people just walked right over me. But eventually, I obtained enough change to get a payphone down at the gas station across from campus. I ended up taking the red line, going back up to Fullerton, getting off, and fortunately there was a few people I knew, and they gave me a few dollars, and I even gave them some advice as a thank you. And I got enough money to use the payphone over at that gas station across from campus. You guys know which one I'm talking about. I ended up calling the one person who I knew, well, actually I didn't know, but I knew they wouldn't immediately hang up once he heard my voice. But then again, maybe he would. I had nothing left to lose at the time. I called my father, Terry Keen from Terry Keen Automotive, who is still down in Indianapolis, Indiana. Go Pacers. I tell him everything that I've been through. I tell him about, well, I haven't really talked to him in a long time, so I told him that I was trying to go to school. I went to Depaul, but I was kicked out. I told him about the forged FAFSA, the stolen $999. I told him about my book and the book deal and how that fell through and how I don't have any more money and I don't have the rights to my own book and everything in between. I told him all about that, which is when the most magical thing happened. Terry, my father, took pity on me. He forgave me. And I've never seen him like this before. I don't know what happened to him. He ended up driving in his 1987 Chevy me up off of the Fullerton stop. I managed to get back, and then he hugged me for the first time in my entire life. He's never hugged me, and I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what exactly changed, but I really did appreciate that. He drove us back down to his place, and I ended up staying there for the holidays. And my father, Terry, he's never been a big holidays guy. He thinks it's just an excuse to close Terry Keen Automotive, which should be running 24/7, 365. That's what he always says. But he ended up wanting to celebrate the holidays with me. Even for Christmas, which is usually a holiday he stays far away from. It's probably his least favorite holiday of the whole year. My dad ended up getting a little Christmas tree he got from Lowe's. It was truly a Christmas miracle, I will say. It was just a lot to take in. At my lowest point, my father, who really wasn't there for me a lot of my life, he's been borderline abusive sometimes, especially when it comes to our Pacers/Chicago Bulls rivalry. He pulled through, and he was sympathetic towards me, and I really appreciate it. But you guys might be curious, though. How are you on the radio now? If you are in Indianapolis, Indiana, and not going to DePaul anymore, how are you on DePaul radio? How did this happen? Well, I will share. And we'll start with what my dad ended up getting me for Christmas. If you guys remember, he got the Christmas tree. I just said that. And for Christmas, my father actually ended up giving me his baby blue 1987 Chevy Astrovan. And when he revealed it to me, I was so happy. You should have seen my face. It was, I couldn't believe it. It was a lot to take in. Yeah. I was freaking out. I was dancing. I was jumping all over the place, squealing like a little girl. You should have seen me. It was an emotional time for me, that whole time in Indianapolis, Indiana. Thank you, Terry. Excuse me, I have a little cold. Well, I'll explain why I have the cold in a second. But I was so emotional, especially because that Astrovan is one of his most prized possessions. He has had that for as long as I can remember. And it's just very special that he gave it to me. He even managed to outfit the van. I don't know how he did this without me knowing, but he outfitted the van with a little cot in the back so I could sleep in some itty bitty little appliances like an oven and even an air fryer so I can cook my meals in there. And I had never been so happy before. My father and I spent the last few days of the year just bonding and spending as much time as we can with each other. We read stories. We sat around his fireplace in his double wide mobile home. And it really was a time of just healing. And I got to say, Dad, if you're listening, I love you. And I thank you from the very bottom of my heart for helping me out through this very tough season I've been going through. And I really appreciate it, Terry. Anyways, after the new year, I figured I should stop bugging my father. I feel like I had recovered. And I ended up driving back up to Chicago to finish what I started. I managed to sneak my van, the Chevy Astrovan, into one of the DePaul parking garages. I'm not going to say which one for safety reasons. I don't want any of my fans approaching me while I'm trying to get some rest. And I also got a temporary job over at a 7-Eleven downtown as a crew member and clerk. Um, and I think it's a good look for me. I think I like the 7-Eleven. It's off of Jackson, if you guys know where that's at. It's actually right across from the Depaul campus. So maybe after one of your classes, if you want to drop by and say hi, you can see me at the 7-Eleven across the street, across state on Jackson, if you want to drop by. I also knocked on Radio Depaul's door and begged and begged and begged and begged to continue, for them to let me to continue my show. So I could still get all the advice and everything that everyone needs out there to the world, that people really do desperately need some advice. I've been starting to realize that maybe sometimes I need some advice. That's really been what this whole season's been about. But I begged and begged and begged, and the management staff here, they had a big meeting, and they all went around the table doing the pros and cons of what they should do about me. And they eventually came to the conclusion that since my show has the best ratings out of all the shows on Depaul, that I should have my show, even though I'm not a student here anymore. So I'm still going to have my show. It's now on Tuesdays from 1:30 to 2 on radiodepaul.com. Anyways, what else? I guess a lot of people might be asking, Jonah, what is your end game? You always have a project. You always have something going on, whether it's trying to pursue a theater major stage combat degree, which I was trying to do last quarter, while also working on my book. What do you want to do now? It kind of seems like you're at a dead end with this 7-Eleven thing. What do you want to achieve with working at 7-Eleven as a crew member and clerk, and also doing your radio show? Well, I weighed the options, and I believe my hard work will eventually pay off once some podcasting scouts, I don't know, some podcasting scouts maybe from Hollywood or Atlanta or even New York, eventually discover my show, and I will be able to go into podcasting full time. And I think that would be the dream come true. But who knows? There's a lot of other possibilities. Maybe one day I'll end up like the podcasting greats, like Joe Rogan and Conan O'Brien. They're two podcasting legends. But of course, I'd have my own spin on my podcast. It would be all about advice, just like the one you're listening to right now. And then in regards to my book, I think I'm going to have to give up on that dream for now. Unfortunately, Damien was able to take all my money, that $999. Michael Hamilton was right. I shouldn't have made that deal with Damien. He took all my money, Damien did, and the rights to my advice book. And there really is nothing I can do about that at the moment. So there goes the 6 years I spent writing that. Anyways, we have a little time left, so I think we should take some callers. Yes? I think this could be a productive little healing session. Maybe I can hear about everyone else's break. Maybe I could give some advice on how everyone else's break went. Some holiday advice. That'd be kind of interesting. Of course, there are 2 rules when it comes to calling in. You must ask for advice. I will not take advice. Like I said, no advice. It's only, like I said, I will not be receiving advice. I will only be giving advice. That's what the show is all about. That's what the intro says. And also, no curse words. No curse words on the show. This is a family-friendly show. I know I have a lot of friends who have kids who like to listen to my show, and I just don't want to soil their ears with some curse words. So let's just keep it family-friendly. The number to call is... if no one's going to call, I mean, that's fine. But I mean, I get it. It's a change of schedule. There's a lot going on. There's a lot on people's plates right now. It's the beginning of a new quarter. You got to get used to your schedule, including this new Jonah Keen schedule. I could see how that could be a problem. Well, I mean, it doesn't look like anyone's calling. Oh, we are getting a caller. It's from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Caller, you're on the air. You're on the Jonah Keen Show. Do you need any advice?
It's me, it's me.
Hello? I don't...
It's Shawn J. Trout.
Wait, Shawn? Did you do it? Did you tell your dad to do what he did?
No, Jonah. I didn't.
Your father is an evil man who took all my money for my book.
He's a scumbag.
Was it your idea? Did you do this? Was it your fault?
I tried to tell him no, but he's an evil man. I didn't want it to happen.
Well, do you have some way of stopping him or like giving my money back somehow?
John, I tried to say no, but he's a powerful man.
Well,
He has teams of lawyers. He was going to sue me if I said anything.
He would sue his own son?
That's how evil he is, Jonah.
Well, Shawn, are you I don't understand. Why did you call me?
I have a proposition for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
I've recently been in communications with okay, I'll just preface with okay, Shawn.
Calm down, Shawn. Just tell me what you have to say.
I have been in communications with
With who? Who are you in communications with?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to stop crying. I just don't know how.
Shawn, deep breaths. In the air through the nose, and then out through the mouth. That's what Michael taught me.
I'm better.
Okay, that's good. What are you? Who are you in communications with?
As I was saying in my hysterics, I've been in secret communications with other people that my father, Damien J. Trout, has actually been ripping off. Jonah, you're not the only one.
Damien's been taking money from a bunch of other people?
There's at least 6 others that I know of. I've been reading through his secretary's emails and letters, and you're not the only one, Jonah. So I got their contact information, and I've been talking to them about potentially putting together a class action lawsuit.
Against your own dad? Don't you live with him? Isn't that problematic?
Some might say so, but I like to live on the edge.
Well, maybe I could handle the lawsuit, or maybe I could get Michael or someone to do it.
Michael would be a great asset in this, and I've been reading a lot of lawyer books at the Oklahoma City Library, so I think I could be an assistant lawyer. Or a witness, if anything.
Definitely, we could... This is amazing. I have a great idea. We should do a class action lawsuit against Damien. That just came to me. We should do a class action lawsuit against Damien. I'm so smart.
Well,
Shawn, we can always use you as maybe like a support, as a witness, definitely. and I'll get back to you on that once I have more information. Could you send their contact information, all the other witnesses or people who've been ripped off from your father, by your father?
Jonah, this is my... yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Shawn. And, well, there's not a lot of time left in the show, so I'm going to actually have to let you go. But thank you so much for calling in. We will get this taken care of, and thank you for helping me develop this great idea. So thank you, Shawn, for calling. Nice to hear your voice, and, well, I'll see you in court.
Okay.
Wow. That is, I can't believe I came up with that great idea. I just can't believe it. Wow. We should do a lawsuit against Damien. This will change everything. Not only can I maybe possibly change the publishing industry for the better, I think a lot more could happen. I could maybe make some money, get my money back, apparently he ripped off other people. I can get money back for them as well. This could turn out very, very well. I guess I could take in one more caller if anyone wants to call in. But this is great news. I am so excited. I need to get my own lawyer, or maybe I could represent myself, or I'm not exactly sure at the moment. I'll need to talk to my dad about this. I need to talk to so many people. This is awesome. This is great. I'm gonna start on this lawsuit right away, and I guess no one's gonna call in, so we're just gonna say thank you everyone for listening. I hope everyone has a great week. I'm going to be in my van or at 7-Eleven working on this lawsuit, and hopefully everything will turn out for the better. This is awesome. I am just very excited right now. I guess everyone take care.